Stop. Are you worried about making payroll? It may be because you're working too hard in your business instead of on your business. For years, I spent too much time working in my business, hands on everything. Listen, what I'm saying is if you're in the weeds in your business, you're not thinking strategically. You're not leading the business and the impact the way that you know how. 45% of small business owners spend less than 2 hours a week thinking strategically about their business and the direction that they want their business to go in. That's because they're busy working in the business. I want you to level up and work on your business so that you can set direction, you can have greater impact, and generate more revenue. Today, we're going to talk about 3 tips to get you out of the business and running the business. The number one solution for elevating your work in your business, on your business, to create impact is to schedule CEO days. Now, what is a CEO day? First of all, I want you to give yourself the title of CEO. And a CEO day is monthly. Schedule a day, block off your calendar where you will have no distractions, where you can look over your analytics, your implementation, you can look over your prospects, your client satisfaction, and consider what needs to happen next month. Now, I don't want you to only wait to the end of the month. Also find a weekly time that you can do this. So for me, let me just tell you how my week works. So on Sunday night, I get my planner and I look at what needs to happen this week. Who do I need to meet with? What appointments I have and what deliverables need to be completed. I look for that and I set the calendar for the week as to when I need to show up and when is actual work and production time. When do I need to tap into my team to make sure that they're progressing? So all of that is planned on Sunday night. Because you know that I'm a coach and I'm a consultant, for my groups and my one-on-one, those all happen on Monday and Tuesday. Now, why do I do that on Monday and Tuesday? I use Monday to not only work with clients one-on-one, but it sets the tone for the team and it allows me to do administrative work that will carry me out for the week. On Tuesday, I wrap up my group, I wrap up coaching. This means that I'm present in the office and I'm in touch with my clients. Wednesday and Thursday are my community and prospect days. If I happen to have a facilitation scheduled, then I'm available to schedule those only on Wednesday and Thursday. If I'm giving a keynote or a speech, those happen on Wednesday or Thursday within the community. If I'm prospecting, I want to meet with a client, have lunch, have coffee, have tea. Those are Wednesday and Thursday. So I'm actually in the community. I'm in the other companies that I serve. I'm with client access. Those are face-to-face days. And then on Friday, I have personal time. I have time to do learning and development and follow up so that I invest back in the company. If there's anything that a client has requested or there needs to have follow up and delivery, I can close out the week on Friday, making sure that I deliver those things. Now, I've given you a plan from Sunday evening to Friday afternoon. Why is that important? Because on Saturday, it's about me and the ones I love. Listen, you have to be the CEO of your life, not just of your business. I learned a new strategy the other day. It's called both and, which means you have to do both and. You have to do all of it sometimes, but that's only for a period and it's not a sustainable function. So make sure that you still have time for self, that you still have time to unplug. So I'm recommending that you set your calendar for the week. You block out CEO days that lead up to the month. I have a couple hours on Friday for that. And then every fourth Friday, is my CEO day where I strategize and review my analytics, my metrics, and so forth to see what needs to happen in the next month. Did I meet my targets? So that is the difference in working on your business. Yes, your hands are in the business, but your vision is guiding the business. Step two, build a trusting team. If you don't have a team that you can trust, then you don't have a team. Brene Brown talks about vulnerability, and Gino Wickman and Trackman talks about the five functions of a dysfunctional team. And the baseline of any good team is vulnerable trust. You have to have a team where everyone knows one another's strengths and weaknesses, and it's a safe place to say, hey, I need help with this, I need support with this, or I may not know this, but I'm really great over here, right? It's like when you are doing a 360. You do a 360 assessment so you can see where all of the people and personality styles fit together. Not everyone can do everything, but when you build a team that can trust one another to do what they can and to be responsible for their lane, you will have the most effective team possible. As the CEO, identify the things that do not require your expertise. If you can do a project to 80% and someone else in the system can finish it, delegate that task. If you have a team member that can do a project for 80%, but you need to be the finisher, assign the foundation to the team member and you take the finisher. Know your team well enough to know what skills and talents are on the team and how to delegate when and where. 360 assessments, DISC assessments, actually good conversation. Meet with the team often enough that you know what's going on with the team and who's actually contributing and who's just on the ride. When you do that, you'll be able to build a team that trusts you and that you can trust to delegate the proper task to the proper staff member. Step three. Step three is very important too, because step three is knowing your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Now, you may have heard of that as a SWOT. The SWOT, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. A SWOT is a tool for your long-term success, and it's a framework. Using the framework to identify your strengths, challenge yourself to say, what do we do best? And not just best for your company, but better than your competitors. What do you do best for solving the problem that your clientele has? And then what are your weaknesses? You don't do that so well. But also look at that as opportunities. What are the ways that you can grow? This framework allows you to target resources and talent toward the area of need. And it's a long-term process. Use it twice a year. December or January as a reflection and a reset. It's a look back over the year that you just completed, as well as an opportunity to look forward as to what you need to do. When you have that December, January information, that will set your new year on the right course. So the second touch point for your SWOT is mid-year. At mid-year, you're still doing the same thing, reflecting on what has occurred during the year and what do you need to do in order to get to the end of the year as successfully as you would like. The Pareto principle, which is the 80-20 rule, looks at putting your energy, your focus on the 20% of the strategies, the 20% of the clientele that actually produce the 80% of the results. When you can look at the 20% of the strategies that really promote your success, focus on those. And when you focus on those, you'll see that you're not stretched as thin, right? And you don't want to overextend yourself. So when you actually follow your metrics, because you had your CEO day, you know what's happening in the company, then you can lean into those. And leaning into those frees up time. It frees up resources, right? So focusing with intention, discipline and intention on the 20% that produce the 80% of the outcome you desire. Another good way to use information from a CEO strategic thinking model is to have quarterly reviews. Gino Wickman's model of traction calls quarterly reviews big rocks. I introduced to you the 12-week year. The 12-week year is really quarterly goals. When you're looking at quarterly goals in assessment, you have those small wins that we've talked about so many times, right? You know what the whole year, the annual goals, the annual performance should look like. But as the CEO, you've decided to chunk them in wins that you can actually accomplish. For easy numbers, as an example, you want to have 20 new contracts this year. What does that look like? You're going to focus your energy on getting 5 new contracts each quarter. 5 new contracts, 4 quarters, you have 20 contracts at the end of the year. Why does this matter? Because successful leaders recognize that success comes in seasons, right? So working on your business, taking quarterly breaks and monthly CEO days to focus on what is happening in your business allows you to plan what needs to happen next. Becoming the CEO of your business and the CEO of your life is about forecasting and vision, and then creating actionable plans where your team can execute. And as the Bible says, there's a time for everything. There's a season for everything. So strategically think about what season you're in. Is this a down season? Is this a down economy? Is this an up economy? And think strategically and plan for that. Plan for it long term, but execute on it in the short term. The most successful leaders step back, reflect, and adjust. You may be heard before, fail fast, learn faster, right? I've shared some solutions for you to be the CEO of your life and not just your business. I'd love to hear how it's working for you. Drop some comments below and we'll stay in touch there. Remember, stay blessed to be a blessing.